Good morning, Kettle Kids, and welcome to your Thursday, May 27th. Well, today is the day before a school break here, and it happens to also be National Cellophane Tape Day, because cellophane tape, right? Talking about that clear tape, it doesn't matter if it's the stuff that you know as Scotch tape or something else made by 3M or a similar company, but Scotch tape really is kind of like the name brand. That's the brand that we all associate with it. It's like saying Oreo instead of a chocolate and vanilla, sandwich cookie. Scotch is actually taken up the mantle of being kind of assumed as Scottish, but really just because they wanted to make a recognizable brand with that plaid design on the outside. Well, the whole reason for Scotch tape was actually an automotive engineer for 3M. A guy by the name of Richard Drew back in 1930 was trying to figure out a way to make a nice seamless transition of paint colors on cars. He needed tape that would mask well, and the paper tape kept on ripping funny and making kind of messed up little, marks in the design. So he figured out that using something that was cellophane based, was more flexible and thinner, would make a better transition between colors. Well, guess what? That invention led to Scotch tape, a tape that would stay sticky rather than one that you had to add water to. And it was something that would also be extremely flexible. Well, that ended up being very successful, and nowadays we use it all the time, especially in my own classroom. But the funny thing is it's used all over the place. So even things like photographers and artists use it for some really good stuff, including some really quality portraiture right here. And even outside of that, think about this. There's even some major applications in science. Back in 2010, two scientists figured out they could use Scotch tape and pencil lead. So literally two things you can find on your desk almost every single day to actually make a new product called graphene. So these two scientists ended up winning the Nobel Prize in Science. And to let you know, not only is that the highest prize you can be awarded in the discipline of science, but it also comes with a $1 million, little added bonus. So these guys are also doing pretty well financially. But guess what? What it means is they actually use this tape, as you can see in this little diagram, to press down and separate individual layers of graphite. Well, as they continue to do that process over and over again, they can actually bring it all the way down to a single atom. And that means that lattice work, or that honeycomb of atoms, becomes actually a really cool thing, because graphite is a transistor of sorts. So you can actually use it to transmit electrical current or stop electrical current. And that is really, really amazing, because that means that we are looking at the potential of flexible transistors or flexible computer chips and printed computer chips, which is really an amazing thing. Think about processors at an extremely small scale. That means that we could potentially have really new, cool electronics that are completely flexible, just like the transistors inside of them, or potentially even stuff that is much smaller than we have right now, all thanks to that amazing invention of Scotch tape. So really kind of cool thing that this kind of tape has really led to some amazing breakthroughs and, additionally some really goofy artwork. So having known the amazingness of Scotch tape, let's put our hands over our hearts, find the flag in the room, and please rise for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. All right there, Kendall Kids. Let's talk a little about food for the day. Today we have PB&J sandwich with string cheese, or Mac stuffed crust pizza, baby carrots with dressing, apple, and milk. What's going on with the weather today? Well, you know what? It's going to be much cooler than it's been. A high of only about 60 degrees today. Not very much chance of rain, but look, the chance of rain is almost definite tomorrow. As that cold front pushes in, we're looking at that low pressure following along with the precipitation. If you haven't noticed a trend, I've mentioned this once before, but I'll say it again. When high and low pressures meet, we tend to get precipitation. So just to let you know, anytime you see that big temperature swing, you can assume there's probably going to be some rain, potentially a storm right with it. And tomorrow will be no different. So prepare to break out those umbrellas and those rain jackets, because we're looking at some rain coming our way. Saturday, the wind will pick up as the temperature rises back up another 10 degrees or so. And then we're looking at just some nice, comfortable weather for the beginning of next week, finishing out our Memorial Day weekend. So we got that 4-day weekend, so make your plans, maybe get yourself a little party put together. But, it's going to be a little bit wet for tomorrow, but don't worry, it will clear up and be very pleasant for the beginning of next week. And to finish out our announcements and make sure you are out on a pleasant note, let's do the Kendall mission statement. The mission of the Kendall Central School District is to provide the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes needed by students to live responsibly and compete successfully in today's and tomorrow's world. Well, hope you guys have a fantastic Memorial Day weekend. I cannot wait to get a chance to have a little extra time for my family, and I'm hoping you guys are too. But I'll miss you guys, and I hope you guys stay colorful. Bye.